Good morning, everybody. It's Emily here from Our Journey to Just Be. I know it's been a while since I posted. I've had a bit of a crazy week. I have a little sister that I love very much, and she has kind of chosen a hard path. I really do believe in my heart that her path is changing, going to start making better choices. It made me think about myself as youth, as a teenager, preteen, young adult. All of those ages are very hard and you're very impressionable, especially if you want to fit in, if it's not easy for you to make friends, if you are socially awkward, if you are very social and you don't get to go back to school, if you were really, really excited about school starting and all of a sudden you found out you're not going to get to go now, not at least until November or later. This video is for you, for all of you kids out there, kids that are struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. They're not getting the support at home that they should. They're in neglectful or abusive situations, or their friends are starting to act out, to rebel, to do things maybe that they never have before. You've hit an age maybe of experimental stage where you're gonna try new things. This video's for you. So in saying all of that, I want to pass on the knowledge that my grandma gave to me, and she pounded it. Pounded it in my head. I didn't really realize why she was pounding it in my head so often, but it was because she wanted me to have this life. She didn't want me to repeat history and have the same life as my mother, which was her biggest fear. Grandma, I know you're proud of me because I've changed history. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not an addict of any kind. I have made sure that I have not allowed anything to control me. Not a man, not a employer. If I was unhappy, I left. I have made happiness my number one priority in life. And man, am I glad I did. And the reason why is that lovely grandma I was telling you about. And she told me that life is about choices and choices and choices and choices and choices and choices and choices. And she told me that 1,000 kabillion times. And what my response always was when my mom would come around, or when I would see kids in stores being yelled at, or back then you could beat your kid in public really, and it was okay. And my grandma would say, they probably have a substance issue. And I knew that meant any kind of drug or alcohol, any kind, because I myself had a very addicted mother. So in saying that, I made it my life goal to not have the same life as my mother. And that has gotten me here by choices. I never said yes once. I never hung out with people that did drugs, so they never became normalized. I always thought, would my grandma be okay with this decision I'm making right now? And it always helped me make the right one. So you guys that are struggling with your social, you're on the games too much, you're only seeing the same few people over and over, and you're not feeling like you're really being stimulated, it's going to be really easy to experiment. It's going to be really easy to go out there and try new things that you probably shouldn't, because you're going to have a lot more time on your hands. And coming this school year, parents are going to go back to work, and I'm sure are going to leave younger kids home than they would like to, because it's going to be hard to find sitters. It's going to be hard to find childcare. And it's a hard struggle to pay for childcare, which they've paid for all summer. So going into this next school year, into this last part of summer, remember that life's about choices and who you surround yourself with. So if you're friends, even if you've been friends with them since you were 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, if they are making bad choices, you need to find new friends. If they're experimenting with things that are making you uncomfortable, maybe don't hang out with them outside of safe settings. Girls, make sure that you tell boys how you feel. Don't just be quiet and let things happen. Voice your opinion. Be loud, be strong. Say, I don't like that when you don't like that. And make sure that you think about your morals and what consequences your choices could have. But going into this 2020 school year, I have been thinking about all of the free time that these kids are going to have that isn't necessarily the best thing for our adolescent youth. It's good to keep them busy and in sports and to be in school for, 6 hours a day. It helps them stay busy. So parents, if you don't have the option of keeping your kids busy, maybe make them do video chats with you every time you have a break, so you can see what they're doing, so you can see where they are. And you're the parent. You know what the looks are on their face. So if you're a parent watching this, make sure that you're staying attentive and alert. And if there's any changes in your kids' behavior, maybe hurry up and enroll them in something and have the grandparents take them, or hire somebody just to take them to go and do something. I know it's hard right now, but I know they're doing stuff in the parks and they're doing outdoor things. So for the first few months of the school year, there might be some things you can enroll them in. But let's just focus on making sure we're talking to our kids, and that if we are a child, that we focus on making good choices going into the school year. It's going to be a very hard school year. This video was for both kids and parents, but make sure we're thinking about our choices, not only for ourselves if we're children, but also for our children, and making sure that we're protecting them by keeping them somewhat busy, or keeping them accountable with checking in with us. This coming year is going to be very important. So good luck, everybody. Happy Monday. And I hope that you all, going forward in this last part of summer, beginning of the school year, think about your choices and make sure they're good ones. All right, bye guys. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes out for more Emmy Talk videos.